Good evening to everyone in Australia. Good morning to everyone not in Australia potentially, because it might be morning where you are. I am probably going to regret my decision tonight in choice of content for our stream for Laps for Leuko. I have just been at Pilates. I got home with about 6 minutes to go until the stream started. I opened iRacing. I had a look at the list of content and what there is to do, and I decided that we're driving NASCAR Xfinity Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 90 laps, 2.68 kilometers, I believe the track is. We are in bottom split, I hope, because I'm terrible at ovals. You're about to see why I'm terrible at ovals. But 90 laps with 6 minutes notice. What could possibly go right, hey? That's what I thought. So the NASCAR stuff is something I've been a little bit interested in. I did touch on us watching NASCAR races on a Sunday morning over breakfast, etc. I've upgraded to a 350mm wheel for my NASCAR stuff, in the hope that that's going to fix all my problems and lack of talent, basically. So what we'll hear tonight is me sooking and complaining that I can't manage to keep up with the other cars and save my tyres. What we'll do though is we'll follow the strategy of everyone that's better than us. And I'm only going to run on the fixed tune, because I have every ounce of suspicion that I'm not going to last very long in this race. I've already done 2 laps, so there's another 5 kilometers for laps for Leuko. And you guys may as well get dizzy with me, hey? I did say to Lord Bolt we were planning on jumping on and chatting tonight, and I said I'm not sure what to do. And this is a very good sign of me being not sure what to do by jumping into an oval race with 6 minutes notice. Can I finish this lap, please, iRacing? Let me finish this lap. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it doesn't count for laps for Leuko. The track is 2.48 kilometers. I lied. I cut 200 meters off of the charity idea there. Sorry, guys. So we're straight into qualifying. We get how long do we get here? We get 5 minutes to qualify in 2 laps. Sorry, I've just got to tick a little box here and make sure that life outside of laps for Leuko is doing what it needs to do as well. Let me figure out how to do this. What's the date today? I've got a message there. Now what I will do, I'll jump into our Discord chat, because Mr. Lord Volt is going to come and spot for me. So I'm in Discord now. I'm going to check if I've got push to talk enabled. I now have push to talk enabled. Now I need to go out and do my qualifying laps. So we've got 4 minutes to do 2 laps. That'll be 4 laps towards laps for Leuko, guys. And this is what happens in my head. This, to me, seemed like a brilliant idea. So I really hope they're getting dizzy with Travi. I mean, 90 laps, guys. 90 laps. It doesn't matter if it's 4 laps of the Nordschleife or if it's 90 laps of an oval that I haven't ever driven in a car that I don't drive very often, does it? Does it? Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? But we're about to find out whether Travi can get through an oval race without crashing. I crashed at the Nordschleife. I spun twice at Charlotte Roval on Monday night. I crashed last night in the IndyCar, and I'm entering an oval race where I'm about 974% chance. There is a 974% chance I'm going to crash as well. So I'm feeling like this oval is flat out. I don't feel like there's a need to not drive flat out. I also feel like that philosophy is probably going to be wrong. Hey buddy, how you doing?
One more lap.
I literally decided this with like 5 minutes to go. I don't know why, but it. This is what happens in my head. You know that. Where do we qualify? Position 9. Cool. I don't want to be at the front. Now, I was trying to work out what we would talk about tonight as well. I will touch on, effectively during tonight, I will have a bit of a chat about racing for James. So, we've talked about laps for Leuko. I'll finish this lap, and that'll be 3. So I did chat about laps for Leuko on the first day. We spent Monday night having a chat about Leukodystrophy Australia, and we spent last night just dribbling about racing and IndyCars and trying not to crash, etc. So tonight I think we'll just touch on racing for James a bit. But what I think I might do is I might stop the car there, and that's 3 laps. We've done 5 laps so far. It is a ranked one. Yeah, no, I committed myself, so we're stuck. So we actually, on the screen there, you'll see we've got the Leukodystrophy Australia car. Thank the Lord I'm in bottom split, mate. I'm happy with that outcome. So this like as I said, this was not part of the plan at all. It wasn't ever doing ovals this early, but we are here doing ovals. I don't even know if I've got a full tank of fuel. Couldn't tell you. No idea. There's got to be fuel somewhere. Yeah, mate, I committed. I told you when I saw it, I'm like 90 laps. That's a good way to get the lap total up, and do a few more kilometers. And then this finishes in at 9 o'clock my time, or 10 to 9 my time. So then I've got a whole another hour of other things to redeem myself from dying at oval races. I don't. That's the joy of all this, mate. I don't think this is going to be clean, and either way, it's going to be fun. Legend. I need my water bottle. Where's my water bottle? Yeah, so we are now 2 seconds away from getting onto the grid in the middle of the field in bottom split at an oval that I don't drive in a car that I very rarely drive. You're welcome. You are welcome to anyone watching to comment on how stupid you think this idea is, because I am the first one to put my hand up and agree that this is not the brightest idea we've had at Laps for Leuko, or Racing for James for that matter. But we're doing it. We've done 5 laps. If we get through 90 laps of the race, we'll do 95 laps.
You'll have to stop for more fuel before the race is over.
Good. That's handy to know, Jeff. I'm assuming...
The estimated SOF is 1,109. Let's take opportunities.
So let's take opportunities. Did everyone hear that? The opportunity I'm going to take is driving and trying not to crash.
2 cars to grid.
This, oh wow, this is this is madness, guys. So Lord Volt is in going to be doing some admin stuff while he's spotting for me, so I will be chatting to him throughout this as well while he's spotting, trying to piece together what we're actually doing here on this oval. Adjust my mirror at the top there. You can see a little bit of the mirror up in the top right of screen. I don't know if the track map's on, but effectively it's an oval. I will remove that one and then I'll re-add the track map. That's going to be Control V. Okay, and then we'll put the track map back in that corner. There it is. Okay, so now the track map's up there. You'll be pleasantly surprised it's an oval. It basically just goes around and around. I still can't get the dash layout to work, so on the bottom of the screen where the steering wheel is, there is a dash on my screen. It gives me a little bit of information about what's going on. Probably tells me things I don't need to know as well. but it is what it is, and hopefully I'll get it up on the stream for you guys to be able to see it as well. All right. Now we are rolling out. We've got Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Dale Jr. Foundation in front of us. They'll all see laps for Leukodystrophy Australia on our car.
One to go. Next time by, line up on the inside.
It was
Close.
too.
Pit road is closed.
I did 3. I've done 5 laps so far, and it seems to be mostly flat out in this car. So we'll find out how this is going to unfold, mate. Your guess is as good as mine, eh?
Just so everybody knows, the 8 car's got a 1200 ping. I've never seen that so high. It's going between 12 and 1500.
Beautiful. That's reassuring to hear, eh? A ping of 1500. Nice. So a ping. Again, I'm not assuming everyone watching this stream follows sim racing, but ping is the connection between our server and the race server, and basically a high number is not great. I often get a ping of about 300 to the US servers.
About to go green. Stay
Yeah, I
focused.
felt the midline in the 2 practice laps were the most comfortable. It's a bit slidey down the bottom, but I'm just going to follow cars and try not to die, mate. That's honestly my plan here.
Green flag. Green flag.
Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, the ping is the connection between the servers. So mine gets to 300, so 1500 is insane for those playing at home.
Still there. Hold your line.
So I've got Jeff the spotter talking to us, and I've got Lord Bolt the spotter talking to us. So one of them will tell me when we're about to die. And I don't particularly want to be at the front, but it's going to be happening.
Clear up top.
It's a lot of wiggling going on the front here. Now, as we know with oval races,
Stay low.
it's not always your choice if you crash,
Stay low.
because we are all so close to each other. You just don't have a say in it. So if there's contact on the cars in front of us, or if there's any sort of issues at all, you just might get suckered into a crash. But we are at the pointy end of the field, which means there's only 6 cars in front of us that could theoretically cause us to crash. Let's hope they don't. Let's hope the ones at the front of the pack are the ones that need to be at the front of the pack. And I've got my big steering wheel, which means that I'm basically a pro NASCAR driver now.
Must be good driving against green line on the first lap.
So, fun bit of fact.
Yellow flag
There's the
out.
first yellow flag.
Shooting single file. Closed. Pit road is
That was
closed.
right behind me.
Next up, one
That
to
fixes
go.
that problem. Oh, really? What happened there then? I'm just listening to Lord Bolt watch that crash behind me.
Catch up. One
Oh wow,
to go.
there you go. So fun bit of fact, if you go back to my YouTube shorts, the very first YouTube short I have in there is me driving
Roads open.
the IndyCar at this particular track. Now you'll
Catch up. One to
also
go.
be pleasantly surprised. I'm not going to be a spoiler, but I didn't drive very well. So if you do want to have a very good laugh, and I encourage you to have a very good laugh, if you do want to have a very good laugh, go and watch my very first YouTube short. I believe it's called I'll Never Forget This Video or something like that. Gotcha. So I've got 66 litres at the moment.
The pit road is
Sweet.
closed.
Now I don't know what tyres are doing because I honestly haven't tried. Do you reckon I'll need 2 stops for tyres or just 1? I mean, yeah. So if there's another yellow flag, say at around the 40 mark, just take it, yeah. Sweet, I can drink to that, mate. So we're just going through a little bit of strategy. Oh, legend, thanks, man. Yeah, so Lord Volt's signed up as pit crew for me, so he's actually in the game controlling what my things are. So you see his name above the lap timing on the bottom left-hand side, and it says like there's a padlock next to that, which means that he's actually pit crew for me. Well, we survived the first 5 laps, and as I said, guys and girls in chat, and anyone who decides to watch this without being in chat, this is an unknown quantity, this race, and the likelihood of a severe crash where I blow my engine is quite significant as well. And if you blow your engine, it's a 30-minute pit stop, I believe. So what we will do is, if that occurs, I think I'll jump out of this race. I'm not too worried about my oval I rating, and I did jump in this at literally 5 minutes to go, so I'm not expecting anything to happen here, but it'll get a few laps under our belt, and most importantly, it'll teach me a bit about oval racing at very, very short notice. So that's the plan for tonight, and then I think we will jump in and do some fun week 13 stuff, because although this will be fun, there is some serious fun to be had in week 13. Alright, let's try not to... Well, if we can just do this in 5-lap bursts like that, it'll be a long race, but I'm feeling a bit more confident about it. We'll get back... Yeah, you got as much confidence as I. Yeah, he was very, very close to me before, last time round. Well, if I can let him go and preserve myself, I'm happy to do that as well, to be really honest, mate. Roger. So, starting in second gear.
Get ready.
Yeah, fair enough. That's right. So they're both on the right, on the high line, yeah. Nice. So, remember I did...
Car is off. Time to do your job.
So in the first room, I'm going to get this start underway. I've got my sequential and clutch going.
Car outside. Leader is running. Ready 5.52. Keep low.
So this is going to take all of my concentration. All of it. Every single ounce of it. But I did say that the whole goal of me doing laps for Leuko is to push myself, push my abilities as a driver, and do things that I am not comfortable doing, much like living with Leukodystrophy. Wait, that's unsettling. We've dropped off a little way. That number 1 car's come down on us a bit there. Got another car coming up the outside. I'm happy to drop down here. Absolutely happy to drop down.
Stay low. Stay low. There is a car on the high side. Keep low. Clear.
Self-preservation is the goal here, not necessarily getting any significant results. There's chances of a lot more cautions going on here, and although the field's spread out a little bit at the back, we've got a guy 1/10 back from us. I don't know exactly where that driver is. So come up half a car width.
Outside.
Sweet. Done deal. Where's the car on my outside, yeah? Yep.
Outside is clear. The car in P6 just set the fastest lap.
That was scary. So that's what can happen in iRacing and oval racing, everyone. Whoa! Did you see that? That's my new. That's going to be my new YouTube Shorts voice. Whoa! Did you see that? That's. This is. You know, mate. That was. I backed off at the right point there, and I saw that they were both going to come up the track, but the one that stayed below the apron actually stayed down a lot more than I thought he would, so I was happy with that. Yeah, it was not far off, mate. That's for sure. So the... Oh, really? Yeah, right. So maybe that's the trick. Just aim at him and hit him, and then netcode will do its thing. That was one of the cars we were mentioning before, wasn't it? The team. Yeah, gotcha. So that's how easy it is for things to go wrong in oval racing. Hey, g'day, Punt. How you doing, buddy? Well, so what happened, Punt, to put this into perspective for you, I was at Pilates, right, and then I got home with 5 minutes to spare before my stream started. I jumped on and saw NASCAR 90 laps, and I thought, I'm going to jump in and do this. So yeah, I'm driving ovals 90 laps in a fixed setup NASCAR. That I don't know, my friend. This feels really grippy. So, so yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, about those sort of crashes. So I was talking about crashes. So you don't always get a choice in that. As you would have seen, the cars moved up the track, and my spotter Lord Volt was saying to me that let the car 3 by. Just waiting for him to, there he is. That's interesting. Oh, so he's got damage, but he hasn't pitted. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, those sort of crashes, you've got to predict where they're going to go and hope that you have the ability to avoid it, like I managed to there. But Lord Volt, who's spotting for me, was suggesting that
one left to green. Line up on the inside. Jetstar, 1 car.
He was suggesting that the car that rode up on the track actually went through me. There he goes. So yeah, that was interesting, and I've got that car that was involved in that crash up on my right hand side, so he's going to have some issues with the rear of his car. So there's every single chance that there's going to be another crash here. Every chance, but there's every chance I'll cause a crash. There's every chance that everything could go wrong here. The number 3 car and the number 12 car, I think the one behind me, are a team. They're both got the same livery, so we expect them to work together, but let's just hope we don't get involved in anything, eh? Hey little buddy, you good? Are you going to bed? I decided to do an oval race, Mitchie. You all good, man? You feeling okay? Alright, good night, buddy. Love you, mate. That's a young fella. He's done for the day. He's got a big day tomorrow. He's got touch footy, and he's got the Port Adelaide footy game at Adelaide Oval. So a very busy schedule. And I've got Mr. James himself on my right shoulder. He's watching V8 Supercars.
The leader is running 39.968. Car outside. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Still there. Hold your line. Stay low. Keep low.
He's got heaps of damage. He's got no speed. Alright, so now we are... Alright, so I'll try and run that slightly higher line now, yeah? Awesome, thanks mate.
You're in fifth. Good job.
So this is the line we're going to aim to take, and just feel the...
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 1.6 seconds.
Try and turn really gently. The guys in front have run away. We're going to get somebody up the inside of us, or outside of us here in a sec. I'm not sure how the other guys got a jump at the start way better than I did. I think he's going to be on the inside. I'll let him go, I think. Try and preserve myself.
Inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side.
Let them go. There's two of them there.
Keep high. The car in P4. Just set the fastest lap. 31.356. Clear.
That's my
Inside.
plan.
Stay high. You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap
Yes,
is
we've got enough behind us. Oh, he's
5.5.
got damage. But that's alright, we can work together. So we've got punt and bolt spotting for me here. I don't have push to talk enabled to chat with the guys in the race, like I do in the road series. So I don't have that enabled in ovals because I just don't feel it's necessary so much. We are at the mercy of the guys in front of us here, but hopefully we can work together as a 3. But there's 4 in the pack in front. We're pulling away from the cars behind. And this got him.
That car is a lap down.
So remembering turn, roll the throttle,
Pulling away from the car behind. The gap is
rolling on the
6.3
throttle.
seconds.
The guys in front will pull away from us, that's fine. I'm happy to run here as if it stays clean for a long period of time. I'm happy with that arrangement. I have a tendency to crash and burn in oval races. Try and work the tyres and save them. So I have improved in my ovals since changing to the larger steering wheel. Absolutely, I believe I have.
Inside, Nick.
Yeah, that felt less slidey on the exit too.
Inside. Still there at the bottom. Clear.
So now we're in that tyre preservation mode. Effectively everything we do is about saving my tyres.
Outside. Clear.
Yeah, it's more the guy in front of me. That's what I'm trying to avoid. It's a bit of a mishmash at the moment. Wouldn't mind getting past this guy in front.
The leader is running 32.17.
That was insane. Sorry, I've been so quiet for so long, everyone. I'm just trying to really focus on this. That was crazy. So we got a little bit of damage from that. Not the end of the world. We didn't crash majorly. Tyres were a bit hot from that. I should be able to tuck into the guys in front because they're a little bit slower than me. I can feel I'm catching them, so that's good. Beautiful, so any time there's a yellow now, duck in. Just don't cause the yellow.
You want me to hop out of the way, did you?
Nah, you good. We okay.
So I did waste a lot of my tyres in that spin. Yeah, the car feels a bit loose on the rear, but it's only panel damage from what I understand.
The gap is 3.1 seconds. The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 4.5 seconds.
The good thing about ovals is chances are there will be another yellow, and as long as I don't go a lap down, it won't matter a great deal. You can see I was pretty confident I was catching the car in front, but now I'm dropping back because of the damage that I've got. I just don't have the pace, and I'm on my own as well. My tyres have cooled down back to operating temperature. Thanks, mate. That was a hell of a save. I was pretty happy with it. And I did it with literally 5 minutes to go in the rego, mate. I just saw it there and I go, well, that's the one I'm doing. I've got Punt in my chat here. He's right into his oval stuff at the moment. He's going going on about how excited he is that I'm doing the oval race. I am as well. They just got to jump in and do these things, eh? Just watching for steering, watching for everything. Got a couple of cars coming up fast. He's a lap down, so I'll let him go. I'll try and see if I can hold on. He's got 10 lap newer tyres here. Roger. Yeah, the high and drop in is definitely the way to go. I feel way less risk doing that. So this could be, we've done 32 laps, so we're a third of the way, over a third of the way through. We've got a car to pass here. He's a lap or two down. Beautiful. Nailed it. I'm basically a pro NASCAR driver now. Basically a pro. So I have, like I said, I really want to push myself in laps for Leuko, and this is the sort of stuff that I really just have to do. And it's a good way to do it. It's a good way to do it. There's a couple of fast. Oh, the leaders are coming up on us, so we're about to go a lap down. They are, as I said, in a pack that's way better than us. They're the leaders. Should I pit?
The leader is coming up on you. They're not at high.
Roger. Yeah, tyres are feeling good still, so just stay high now and let these guys pass.
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is
concentrate here and not wipe out the leaders.
Still there at the bottom. That car is a lap down. Clear inside. Inside. Still there, hold your line. Clear.
Now, so we're going to tuck in and help work. Oh, there's a crash there. Pity there's no yellow for that. That would have been a blessing in disguise. So if there is a crash, I'm the best placed lap down car at the moment, so I should get a lucky dog if I can hold this position.
I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit.
The leader is running 32.487.
Thanks, sir.
Just really trying to work the tyres, and I want to try and work and pick with these leaders.
The gap is 1.7 seconds. You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 6.2 seconds.
That was a bit slippery. I just eased back up, and I knew I was going to hit the wall, but I wanted to hit it slowly.
The car behind is pitting.
Yeah, still got an X for it, I think. Let's catch. Yeah, 0X. So we're going to go as long as we can on tyres here. Got another fast car here.
Inside, slow car down low. Clear, go high.
I need a caution, that's what I need, but in about 5 laps time. The guy in front of me is struggling with tyres. The guy on the high side now. I'm feeling way more comfortable than him.
That
Yep.
car is a lap down.
So this is getting pretty technical, guys and girls. Said I'd really relying on the guys in my ear to talk me through this race.
Outside.
Yeah, he's struggling on tyres, so I reined him back in again there. So I'll keep going here. So the thing is, I've got to last as long as I can and hope for another caution. And hopefully remain as the position that gets the lucky dog, because I am a lap down now. As I said, I don't know a lot about how NASCAR works, but I need to effectively... I've completed... Absolutely. So I've completed 41 laps, so I know that I can make so far 40 laps. So if I can make it to 45 and there's a pit stop, then I will take it then, because I know I can get through the rest of the race without worrying about pitting. Not ideal, but it will be what I'm looking to try and achieve.
The leader just did a 32.556.
And the big thing is, as I mentioned, I need to just really hope there's a caution potentially. That's what we're aiming for, is somebody to come unstuck. So the cars behind are pitted now. So the tyres are feeling really good. The car behind us just pitted, so I'll just keep going as long as I can, yeah? Yeah, well so the thing is, he pitted with 42 to go, so he'll have to do one more stop if he can't make it this far on tyres. So as long as I can get to 45, I know I can make it. I'll go as long as I can. Like I said, I'm happy to keep going. I'm here to run clean laps, not win the race, so see how we go. we are on our own. We're a lone wolf here. There's a few cars in pit, so we will get passed by a few cars again. But as I said, they will likely have to pit again. And you know what's going to happen because it will be just our luck. Is that the minute I pit, there will be a yellow flag the very next lap. Always going to happen. But won't let that worry me. I'm here to try and do 90 clean laps of an oval. I've never done an oval race this long. You'll be pleased to know. And yeah, no, all good. I'm chatting to randoms on the internet anyway, so all good. So effectively,
Yeah, but I didn't need to do that.
no, that's the fun of doing this on YouTube, mate. Is that it is a bit random, and that's what I would just want to keep it a bit light-hearted and a bit sort of off and on topic. So yeah, no, it worked out well. You saw that, did you? That's awkward, isn't it? How good is it? I posted a YouTube short today of the race last night. Go and watch it. It's my very newest YouTube short that I put up. Go and have yourself a laugh. It's very much worth it. The script of that wrote itself. It honestly wrote itself. I can't even pretend to make that stuff up. So go and have a look. Do yourself a favour and have a laugh at me at my expense, because I'm here to be laughed at as well. So far we haven't got a reason to make a YouTube short out of this video, and we're going to aim to keep it that way. I want to have not the most amount of YouTube shorts from content bloopers.
The leader is running 32.6.
As I mentioned, I was going to have a bit of a chat today about Racing for James and what Racing for James is, but we got distracted by the fact that an oval race is probably a bit beyond my means to converse about a topic and also talk about how to NASCAR or how to pretend to NASCAR. Yes, sir. I think, is that good or bad? No, it doesn't feel like it.
Inside. Clear.
Yeah, my tyres feel great, but I'm also not really pushing it, to be brutally honest. So I don't know whether I just drive a little bit harder.
The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 9.9.
Gotcha. So you reckon hit and get it over with? I'm happy to. Yeah, go for it, you reckon? Sweet. Yeah, I'll while it's clear now, I'll just drop in now, because I'm not great at pit entries either, so. No, I missed it. Yep, abort.
Inside. Clear inside.
Sweet, I'll drop in this lap.
The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 3.2 seconds.
Oh, shit.
The leader is coming up on you. They're not at fight. That car is a lap down. That car is a lap down.
Whoa, that's not how to enter the pit.
Pit boxing. 10.
Wow. Oh, I just got a black flag. Yeah.
3,
Inside
2,
6.
1. Right here. We can repair most of the damage.
Wow. Yeah, that's where I come unstable. Okay, so we've got to hold for 40 seconds. I've got to hold for 40 seconds, damn it. Oh, well, that's all right. Yeah, it does that occasionally, so it's 40.
Yellow
Moving,
flag
keep
is
moving.
out.
Oh, the
Damn it.
yellow flag just come out. Will that help me or not? Well, because I can still serve my penalty though, can't I? Yeah, so I got 15 seconds to go. I knew that was going to happen. I said in chat, I bet you as soon as I pit, we get the yellow flag. So I won't even get the lucky dog now, will I? No. No. Yep.
That sucks. Them green flag pit stops
Go,
is
go,
gonna be
go.
fun.
I was just about to do mine.
They want you in single file. Catch up 7. Car.
Yeah, so I've got 50 seconds of damage still, but the car feels good, so... Is there 4 meatballs from that?
Catch up 7.
Oh, so I could have pushed harder, yeah?
Car 7. Got the lucky dog. Let them past on the outside.
Yeah, right. Nice. All right. Well, let's see how we go.
Catch up 2. Car.
So I'm going to start at the front here. Will it shuffle me to the back, or do I just have to get out of the way at the start? Nah. Yeah, it just got sent off, so... well, this turned into a bit of an interesting scenario. So I promised you guys that as soon as I pit, there'll be a yellow flag. Did I not? Hey, I'm a man of many promises.
Yeah, I was set for gas only and had 12 laps on y'all because I pitted at lap 12.
That is missing a whole front end. Okay, so he's just lapping without his front bumper. So what's the general rule of thumb here? Because I'll be starting on the high line, just go in and stay high and let everyone pass, or... Because the leader is behind me. So it won't shuffle me back though, will it? Ah, okay, cool. Sweet. Yeah, nice. Yep, awesome. Because yeah, that's the thing, I think it does put me to the back, which will put me another lap down, but that's alright. Yes, this turned...
1 lap to green. Line up on the inside. Pit road is closed right now, past the pace car. Catch up 7. Car.
So what happened there? So yeah, that's not classified as a lucky dog, but it does put me to the back of the row. So effectively, I don't go a lap down now, and I do have slightly warmer tyres. Yeah, so that just means that I don't lose a lap, doesn't it? So I've got 2 red and then a white, so yeah, I've actually got a car 8 is on the same lap as me. Nice, well that went well. On the inside, stay behind the 7. No, like I said, I'm happy. Oh, exactly. Hey, like I said, as long as I keep it clean, I don't care where I finished. As like you, mate, I just want a good race. Well, this is different content, as I said.
The pace car is in.
I hope I hope you like my idea of jumping in and doing something I didn't plan to do. But
Green flag,
I was
green
saying
flag.
to Lord Vault today, the
Inside.
got him. I was saying to Lord Vault
Clear
today,
inside. That car is a lap down.
the whole thing is Roger. The whole thing is because, and the guy in front of me's got front end damage, so I'll go around him.
Stick your, like going up on the side and everything. Jumping all
Car
over.
inside. Still there at the bottom. Still there, hold your line.
Get around. So, effectively, what I was saying to Lord Bolt today in our chat messages was, I've got like week 13 of iRacing, so the content is not what I was hoping to be sharing. It just worked out that it's on the season break for iRacing, but effectively, Roger. Effectively, the plan is to run a few practice races. So I'll do probably league race tomorrow and then Charlotte Roval on Friday. And then as we go into week 1 of the iRacing calendar, which will be next Tuesday my time, I will be doing the Aston Martin GT4 series. So that's the plan. I'm in the draft of the car in front, so I'm just concentrating here as well. Trying to follow the instructions in my ears and also the feeling of my steering wheel. Yeah, so the plan will be from next Tuesday to spend time in the Aston Martin again and do some official races. This is an official race. This is definitely an official race. That's not an issue at all. We're going to do this one, but it wasn't on my radar to do very much of the week 13 stuff. So you're stuck with me doing.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 1.6 seconds.
No, you're all good, man. No, like I said, when you said push, I did want to push a bit, but I'm just worried about pushing too far as well. So I'm happy to run what I've got. I know I've got better tyres than the guy in front, so. Oh wow. There's a bit of carnage up in front. Not yet, but there is looking to be a bit of carnage up in front. So the guys in front are pulling away. They're pulling away because I've still got rear damage too, by the way. That's what it'll be. Oh, absolutely.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 4 seconds.
That's a fair battle with the guys in front.
Car 9 is up the front.
We are, as I said, running our own race here. I've got 50 seconds worth of damage to the rear of my car from the 2 wall taps.
Lap bar, pick a line and hold it.
Yep, I'm just going to run my race, boys.
This ain't gonna be good.
You're losing on the
I'll
car
leave
in
rum, you
front.
guys
The
can
gap
fall in.
is 6.3 seconds. Car inside. Still there, inside. Clear inside.
Stay high, stay high, stay high.
The leader is running 31.8.
Well done, gentlemen. Well done.
Now, I just want to be able to stay with this guy in front now. Hopefully I can sit in his draft. Hopefully I can just sit in this guy's draft. I'm close enough now to not need to chase him.
We had the right four guys on the front of the field for that one.
So this guy in front of me is a lap, maybe 2 laps ahead of me.
Or I'm just gonna let you know now, you go below that red line on the last lap, I'm not gonna give it to you.
So this guy's a little bit faster than me, so I'm going to try and work with him. The guy in front of me that I'm chasing is on way older tyres, so his pace might drop off if we don't let him get too far away. So we'll see if the 7 car can drag us up onto him. He's a lone wolf now.
Car outside. Clear outside if you want it.
I was better in the draft because I don't have the speed to work with the arrow, so he needs to be in front of me. Yeah. The car I'm chasing has been dropped from the pack now as well. I feel like the guy behind me's tyres have gone a little bit now, or he got damage from that as well, so we might be unlucky chasing the car in front, but we'll see how we go. Still got 23 laps of Atlanta to go.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 8 seconds.
Coming up the outside. Oh, he dropped back in. This is intense.
One, pick a line and hold it, please, sir.
Please don't. Please cause another crash. I'm eating the guy in front of me alive now. He's on the apron. He's pitting.
The leader is running 31.842.
Well, I'm aiming for not having to pit again, so I won't be doing that again.
The car behind is pitting.
Obviously, if there's a caution, I will pit though, yeah? So the guy behind me did obviously get damage in that last incident, so
20
he doesn't have
laps to go.
the ability to get past me. I'm going to assume that's what it is anyway. G'day Jam, watching my stream. Yep, that was my strategy, Jam. That was my strategy. So I have learnt my trick in NASCAR is that oh dear. This is what happens is when you jump into this sort of race, Jam, and you've got no practice and you don't know how to enter the pits properly, it's going to be my new oval strategy from now on though, so watch out in IndyCar ovals, boys. That's my idea. Okay, so this is the guy, he's now behind us and down a lap because he pitted under green. And we have 18, 17, 16 laps there because I am 2 laps down on the leader. I think he's got damage when he slapped the wall before as well. Perfect.
That car is a lap down.
This guy must have damage as well because he pitted and I'm still catching him. Ah, okay, so he's a lone.
Outside. Clear outside.
Well, like I said, not what we planned for the night, but this is a hell of a lot of fun, guys. I have said to the male guys a lot before, is that I want to get better at oval racing. It's such an art form, and it's way harder than I ever thought it was going to be. Way harder than I ever thought it was going to be. The difference in the 350mm steering wheel is insane. I absolutely believe that the gear has made the difference in my ability to save tyre wear, etc. Sure, it's not the only factor, it is time in the seat as well, but it is showing me that potentially the equipment I'm using can have a massive benefit on my ability to turn left for long amounts of time. We are very much looking forward to getting into something we can turn right in about 13 laps time. So the guy behind me is actually the guy I'm chasing in position. He's 2 laps ahead of us, and he's got a hell of a run on us now.
Inside.
Just going to concentrate here and let this guy through.
Still inside. Clear inside.
Oh no.
Inside. Clear inside.
Damn it. I was being too generous. Being too generous. I was really making sure I let them through and trying to watch where he went to give room to drop in where I needed to. But the yellow car is the car behind me, and the black car is the car in front of me for position. So both of those guys are, well, the guy behind me in the yellow car is keen to see me crash. The guy in front of me is keen not to crash. So that's the thing there. So we'll just stick with these guys and run out the last what's going to be 11 laps. 24, 25, 26, so 26-ish kilometres to go. We'll add up the tally while we have a look at what the next race in laps for Leuko is going to be today. We were going to talk about racing for James, but I'm going to save that for tomorrow night's league race, because this has ended up being a lot more fun than I'd originally planned it to be. And I don't have a lot of content to fill every single night with a topic of our lives or of Leukodystrophy. But if anyone is watching likes my first oval race at 90 laps, if you are loving it and want to help make a cause to what we're doing here and help keep me motivated to keep streaming, Leukodystrophy Australia is the charity of choice for our project. They are run completely by volunteers, and every single dollar that's raised goes directly to Leukodystrophy Australia. They don't receive any government funding whatsoever, so they are a charity that provides support for families like mine, based purely on volunteers and by public donations. So it's a really big passion of mine to do this project to help give back, because having been told we are affected by Leukodystrophy, and seeing what this community does now, it's so important to me to do my part to help the community grow, and help provide support, because we won't be the last person diagnosed with Leukodystrophy. We're certainly not the first, and it's going to be a long journey for a lot of people. So the link is in the description below. It's leuko.org.au/support us/donate now. I'm pretty confident that's what it is, but double check the logo, the link below. You can also just go to leuko.org.au and that will have the donation in their actual web page there. So if you are in a position to help out, like I said, that's what we're here to do, is try and raise awareness and do a bit of fundraising along the way. Towards the end of the month, I'll do a bit of a challenge to myself and see how long we can drive for and how many laps we can do, and whether we put a pledge up and try and actually really commit to some serious laps. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But I've said in every stream, and I'll say again today, I'm ultra mindful that we are a very small YouTube channel, and I don't have any expectations on my donation capacity or my laps that I'm going to drive. It's the very first one of this that I'm hoping is going to be a long venture and potentially more and more people get involved in as time goes by. If it doesn't, I'll continue to do it because it's something that's good for me. I'm feeling really excited about having some fun on the internet and just exploring my own ability to drive NASCARs at 5 minutes notice when I need to, because I've got a silly idea to save myself from doing other silly races and just jump into this at a whim. So it is a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun. Sorry, I've got a bit of traffic now, so I've got the spotters in my ear. All of the spotters, Jeff, Bolt and Punt.
Still there, hold your line.
So I stay high.
Stay high, put the car on the low side. You're up top, 3 wide. Right side, 2 wide. Keep high.
Wow.
Clear inside. Car inside. 2 more, let's go. Clear. Still there, hold your line. Still there at the bottom. Clear inside. Inside. That car is a lap down. Still there, hold your line. Still
That was
there,
busy. I thought
inside.
number 7 was going to cause a crash then. So we've gone down another lap, but you can see that whole lead pack is all together. Oh, it's the last lap, so we're four laps down. Oh, that's all right. So that will mean we'll get 90 laps in total in for Leukodystrophy Australia, and for laps for Leuko. The leader's got past, so that's all right. And we're not going to gain any positions from here. All we need to do is finish.
Car is a lap down.
All we need to do is finish. Just need to finish. We'll be in P8. 90 laps. We got through pretty. Wow! Look at them finishing there. Amazing. Thanks very much for that, boys. Thank you very much for seeing me through that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
There's the flag.
So that's 90, 87, so 92 laps. 92 laps. We'll count that as 92 laps.
Okay, well done, Dana.
I got punt boxing in my corner there. That was unreal.
Yep,
Well, that's
nice win. I
my
get
first ever
somebody
90
to
lap
help me.
oval race, so let's get that under the belt. I wasn't wrapped, mate. I thought, what the hell have I done to myself? This isn't the smartest thing. Wow, well there you go, guys. I can drive an oval race. I did have a couple of incidents, but I drove to my ability.
Pit box in 10.
That's the most important thing. Drive to your ability. So
Okay,
I did
direct
tap the wall
turn,
though,
bring
so
it
I have
on.
crashed in
3,
every
2, 1.
stream that I've done so far,
Right here.
and I plan to keep that a theme here. So every night you're going to see Racing for James and Travi crash. Let's get out of the car and we'll add some laps to our tallies. Hey? Oh, I needed that as well. 8 iRacing, is that it? And how many laps did we do? Let's have a look. Uh, 86, we did 91 laps. We're going to adjust the OBS here. So we've got 91 laps. Let's edit this. What do we need? 91. What are we doing here? We need the so 91, so 219, so that is 310, and we're going to stop recording, and then we need 91 laps times 2.48 is 225 kilometers. We're going to add that, whoops, equals, and we're going to add 1,439.93 gives. Okay, so I don't know how long that stream cut out for there, guys. I'm not 100% sure how long that was out for, but we're back online now. I think I'm back online. If anyone can comment if that cut out and for how long, that'd be amazing, just to let me know, because I think I pushed the wrong button somewhere. I'll have a look at my settings, and I reckon I may have hit a hotkey that stopped streaming, maybe. Stop streaming. I did. I hit number 6. So, okay, you would have seen all of that. Then I'm going to delete that. Absolutely. Get out of here, number 6. No, that's even worse. Backspace. No, don't do that. Undo. Number 6. Okay, so we need to delete that. We need to delete start streaming. And we're going to delete all of those, actually. Let's get rid of them all. Now we've got no hotkeys, and that's the most important thing, because I just dropped the stream out for a couple of minutes. We're back, though. We're back. We're back. We're back. What do we need to drive? Let's have a look at the challenge. Zolder, that's a nope. Nope, nope, nope. Spa, nope. Dirt midgets, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Is there any hosted sessions that we can jump in here? I'm just having a look through the... Oh, there's no hosted sessions. Well, there's no hosted sessions or anything, is there? There's nothing. No, there's nothing. The list is empty. Oh, hang on. Nope, there it is. So, Winton, 41 minutes left. Oh, wow, they're all nearly finished. Yeah. Yep. No, that's cool. I'm just going to run in test drive then. There's nothing else to race, is there? No. Oh, yeah. How long's that? Rookie race. Oh, gee. Prototype is Sebring. It's an unranked race, and it's fixed, and there's no... All right, Are you going to get in? No. Cool. No, that's all right. Awesome. We're going to just see what joins now. Let's have a look. So we're just going to see what pops up now. We've done 90 laps for our tally, and we've got effectively an hour and 15 minutes of the stream left. So I am planning on hanging around, and like I said, this is part of iRacing, is actually trying to find something to do. Everything else starts in 15 minutes though, so all right, what have we got? Carburetor Cup. It is on the Monza Oval. Nice. That's at 9:15 my time. So that's in half an hour though. So we're not actually going to get a race here. What is there in the hosted leagues? There's 39 minutes at Winton in the Ferrari. 20 minutes in the Ferrari. Winton. No. Okay, so I'm going to jump in and just test drive again. We're going to get in the GT4. And we're going to get in at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Roval. Cool, let's do this. This is the easiest way. We'll get back into that. I'll whip off my steering wheel. We're going to change the steering wheel profile to the Aston Martin. And we'll drive for another tank of fuel. Maybe we will have a chat about racing for James. If we get into the Aston, do some more practice for Saturday. That's the easiest way. Fixed. Problem solved. Don't know what you're worried about. Don't know what you're worried about. So we've got we've got an hour and 10 minutes. That's going to be a full tank. So we'll do one full tank of fuel. That'll get us through. It is going to be pretty quiet because it's only going to be me in a practice session. But it's a good reason to concentrate and again learn to drive on my own. And I said it'll be a bit tedious because it's literally just me out on track. So modified from endurance. Why is it modified from endurance? What did I adjust? What did I adjust? What did I adjust? What did I adjust? Medium friction. Cool. All right, let's go and run a few more laps at Charlotte Roval because we can. And we'll do a full tank of E85. And it's a little bit different to a NASCAR. And I actually have to turn left and right. What's that, sorry? Is that what, a 15-minute race? 10 laps, yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just going to run some more laps at Charlotte. Jump in there, boys, though. Have a bit of fun. I'm just going to get up the laps and keep driving. It's actually pretty quiet for week 13, isn't it? Is everyone waiting for the update tomorrow? Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. Oh, that's right. It's up. Yeah. Yep. So there's no point in anyone doing any races now, really. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, of course. Yeah. Alright, so we are aiming to just run a full tank of fuel to finish out the stream tonight. It's this is what Racing for James and this project is about, though. It is about having fun, and as much as I wanted to try and have a topic to talk about, I did get distracted, and what we'll do is we'll reference that to what life's like with Leukodystrophy and many disabilities. Every day is different. Absolutely every day. So today was a plan, but it didn't go the way it was meant to. So tomorrow we're driving the league race is at Circuit of the Americas in the Radical SR8 race car. So it'll be a good opportunity for me to chat over another 2.5 hour stream, another 2 hour stream, because it's only a league race. So I'll start at 6:30 my time, and I will run through till the end of the stream. So I'll jump in and do some practice laps like I did on Tuesday night, and we'll have a chat about what Racing for James is. We'll go over the history of Racing for James, what Racing for James is to me, what it was and what it is now. And I have touched on it in a few episodes. I have, and I will touch on it in plenty more episodes. But as we start to build Racing for James in an online platform, I think it's a message that we need to share. And somebody might watch this stream and not another one, or tomorrow's stream and not yesterday's. So we'll just repeat ourselves. Maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll record my voice and just you can listen to the same story every stream. I'll just do a voiceover. I'll just have me driving, and the audio will just be an audio over of me saying the exact same thing, and I'll just have to time how many laps I do. I certainly get that this stream watching me drive at Charlotte Roval again is probably not the most exciting thing, especially with no cars out there, especially with none of that happening. However, it is exactly what I'm here to achieve. Sometimes it's going to be, dare I say it, a little bit boring. It might very well be. I'm fully prepared for that. And I said from day dot, and I said to myself, and I said to Leukodystrophy Australia, I'll be running laps no matter what. So on the weekend, it's still going to be week 13 at iRacing. So there's not going to be a lot of content, but we do have the 3 hour... So we do have the sorry, I was just listening to what Volt was saying there. Is it really going to be open the whole time? Yeah. Really? I thought it was only open during downtime. Yeah, right. Ah, nice. That's interesting. So Volt was just saying the test drive is available, so it might be an opportunity to jump in and drive some cars that we haven't had any experience driving. So that might be a bit of fun. So these, I think I was saying before, we've got to just run laps. Like I said, no matter how difficult it is to sit here driving on my own, nobody else around, in a test drive session, there's not a chance in hell of seeing another car because nobody else can get into what I'm doing. But it's laps, and it's the whole purpose of this project, and it's good for me because effectively I'm getting more experience in the car, getting more seat time, getting more of a feel for what I'm driving and how I'm driving it and how the car wears. And the good thing is that this track will be used on Saturday night in a 3-hour solo race, and I will have done a hell of a lot of laps in it. So that's the main thing, is that we're going to have that experience ahead of the race. And like every race in iRacing, there's every chance that I might get crashed out of it as well. Thanks for spotting, man. I appreciate it. So it might end up being one of those races where I do get crashed out. But one of the cool things was that I wanted to. Well, I put a chat up in the iRacing forums about how I am in the Aston Martin, and it's every time I go into a top split race because of my I rating, I always end up in the top split, and the top split is always the same meta cars. Now, I put a bit of a topic up in the forums to just ask what everyone's thoughts are, where if you could have a series, so I'm running the GT4 fixed series for example, if you could run the GT4 series and pick a car for the 12 weeks. So it does, thanks pun, appreciate it buddy. Yeah, so if you could pick a car for the 12-week series, so for GT4 fixed, I'd pick the Aston. Say I run the Falcon Tyre Sports Challenge, which is the GT4 and LMP3 multi-class races, I could pick the BMW, but I can't drive the other car in the other series because I've selected that for the 12 weeks, and it is a simulator, so effectively you're simulating being in a race car and driving that particular car. Now, a couple of people weren't a fan of the idea because I sort of thought, well, is there a way we could run it as you choose your car for the series in multi-class to save having all of the same cars every time and open up the competition? Because one week the Aston Martin might be strong, one week it might not be, so you've got to learn to drive in different strengths of field. So a couple of people were naysayers, said no, it'll end up being all the same anyway because everyone will pick the meta car at the start of the season. And a couple of people said, yeah, it's a brilliant idea. It is getting a bit boring seeing the same cars over and over again. And like I said, I treat it as I treat it. I drive the one car. I don't care. I'm not subscribing to different cars every race. It's not what I'm here to do as a video game. But what happened in the release notes for the Season 4 release and the test that we're doing at Charlotte Roval on Saturday night, it is to test the iRating splitting system. So it's the algorithm that determines when you register for a race what field you drive in. And the idea of what they're testing is to create a more diverse field of cars. So what I'm wondering is if we might see myself put in a different field potentially as we go by. The only problem I have with that, however, is that being an Australian consumer of iRacing, generally when I get on in the evening, it's the end of the European buzz, it's the end of the American buzz, and there's only one split of racing anyway. So chances are I'm still always going to end up in the top split, and chances are I'm always going to end up in a single make GT4 series. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what the test is, and I'm not 100% convinced we're going to be able to work out what the differences are instantly, mainly because the expectation is there's going to be a lot of entrants in this test, because iRacing want as many people as they can, and it's a 3-hour endurance race, mixed GT3, mixed GT4, which you don't have on iRacing. There's GT3 with LMP cars, there's GT4 with LMP cars, but there's no GT3, GT4 like there is in real life. So it'll be a good experience for a lot of people to do GT3, GT4 multi-class racing. So I'm expecting participation to be quite high, which will mean effectively we'll end up in a split where we're supposed to be, because our I rating will match up with the sheer numbers of participants in the race. But as I said before, it is something that will only really affect us in Australia in special events. If you are in Europe, or if you're in a more densely populated player base for iRacing, then chances are at your peak participation times you will see the benefit of these changes, because there is simply more people to divide the splits up in between and effectively end up with similar I-rating drivers. So it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds. I would like to get a little bit better and faster at iRacing, but to do that I have to change cars every week, and to do that I have to make a few changes to the way I like to play the game, and that's not what I'm about. I'm about having fun, and I can't compete with the guys in Europe that are running multi-split sessions where they're actually able to compete with people of their ability, because like I said, I get put with the top split GT4 drivers and I don't have the pace. So unless I absolutely commit to changing car every week, finding that meta car to get that extra half a second a lap, then I'm not going to get the points to increase in I rating to increase my performance. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, and it's a conversation I've had with a couple of people. It's, in my humble opinion, the point in iRacing where you have to make a decision about how you want to continue to play the game. So do you keep swapping cars, do you keep trying different categories and just having fun, or do you try and take it a bit seriously and increase your I rating? I don't have anything to race for. I'm not racing for, we're not competing in any actual championships, we're not winning prize money at any races, so there's no real reason to increase my I rating above having a big number on the screen that represents nothing except for where I should be divided up into a race. It doesn't mean anything, it doesn't do anything. What means something to me is being a clean race car driver, excusing all the netcode stuff that does happen, but being a clean and respectful race car driver, and racing as properly as I can manage to race, and as close to as I can manage to race with other cars on a computer screen in my lounge room. So I hope that all makes sense. It made sense in my head once again, and it's an exciting update to iRacing for sure, and it should have a positive impact in the larger events, especially the endurance races that we do like to run. You would have seen that I ended up in one of the top splits of the race on Sunday at Nürburgring. I shouldn't have been there, I wasn't fast enough. I wasn't in the right car, it was full of BMWs and Mercedes. But I was there and I got through, and I still finished in a reasonable position. But that's where hopefully the new algorithm will see a benefit, and I might get put in a split that has some more Aston Martins that are going to give me a little bit more competition on the track. It might mean that I'm with some lower ranked drivers, it might mean I'm with some less skilled drivers, I don't know, but we'll wait and see. We've got 38.5 laps to go in this tank, so we are only doing one tank of fuel. Whenever the tank ends, the stream will end. Probably exactly like that, like a big explosion will wipe out the stream, it'll wipe out the whole internet, and this will be lost forever and we won't be subjected to watching it. But I am going to do all of the laps in this tank. I paid for this tank of fuel, I paid for the time on this racetrack, and I promised myself to you guys that I'll do laps for Leuko. So this is not for me. It is for me, it is absolutely for me, but this is for Leukodystrophy Australia. They are working a lot harder than I am, sitting in a sim rig, enjoying my hobby. They make a lot more decisions, they make a lot more impact on people's lives. And maybe we can be a tiny part of that through the Racing for James YouTube channel. Maybe, just maybe, we can. I did just hear a whisper in the background that my James has gone to bed. He's a lucky fellow. He's got 2 student-free days. He gets to stay home and party for the next 2 days. So he decided that he'd start those holidays off with a late night watching Bathurst. He was watching reruns of I think he was watching Echidna Bathurst, which I referenced in one of my YouTube shorts as well. That's his favourite from 2022. He loves that race, absolutely loves that race. 21? Waiting for somebody to correct me in the background. I'm not sure which year it was, but that's his favourite Bathurst race at the moment. And that's the one we have to start with. And then he gets a bit distracted and he will watch races from Adelaide or Sydney Motorsport Park or a few other different events from different eras of V8 supercars, which is cool. He's had a very, very big day today. He got to have a support worker over, so we're in the process of actually getting some additional assistance to help provide some care and time with James. So he will need support and assistance through additional care for the rest of his life and for the rest of our lives. So we've got to the point now where we've had a couple of beautiful young ladies come in and spend some time with James to see whether they're a good fit, whether they're able to provide support for him. And we're very, very fortunate. Both these ladies are happy to help out. So we've got one teed up to do a couple of school pickups, and we've got another lady coming tomorrow and Friday for James's student free days, just to spend a few hours with him. We had a chat about it after we met the first lady last week, and James was very, very excited. We told him he was meeting somebody else this week, and when we dropped him off at school today, we knew that she was coming to help pick him up and see what the routine is, and he was the most excited I've ever seen him at a school pickup in, I don't know how long I've been doing school pickups. He's in year 6, he's in year 7 now, so however long that is at school pickups, this was the most excited I've seen, and we're very lucky she hung around for a few hours today to get to know him and just have a look at our routines, etc. And they got on like a house on fire, which is, it's amazing to see. And I don't know if you've ever been in a position where you've got to sort of trust such a vulnerable child with a complete stranger, but it's reassuring to know that we've got the support out there, and these dedicated young people to help support our kids and to help give us a bit of a break. It sounds really selfish, but you just, as a father, as a mother, as a carer, as a parent, as a grandparent, an auntie and uncle, whoever's caring, you need to look after your body. We do well beyond our share of caring and supporting and balancing our lives to help these children. And it is a full-time job on its own. So to have the facilities and the abilities to get some support from outside, and thanks to the government for providing that, and thanks to the taxpayers for providing that as well, it makes an incredible difference in our lives. So it's only a few hours a week. It's not a lot, but it's enough to help know that we get a little bit of respite. And it's not classified as respite. It's not that. It's just extra support. But what it does is it gives James, he's about to turn 13, it gives him a friend to play with after school. And not that he doesn't do that. We've got a very good relationship with a few people around, that he gets to hang out with other children regularly. But it's his little thing. These carers can take him for walks, they can take him to the mall, they can just be somebody that he can hang out with, and that's it's really cool. And it's cool to see. As I said, they're both young ladies who are getting into the health professions, and it's amazing to see their genuine passion for helping people. And I know anyone looking to get into the healthcare system has to have that passion. Like it's not a job that you're going to go through high school, get to the end of high school and go, what do I want to do? Work at the Corn Deli or go be a nurse? Like it's not that. The healthcare system is built by people passionate about helping others. It's something that you have to do because it's grueling work and long hours and largely a thankless job. But I try and make sure I thank all of the nurses that we've been involved in, all the doctors, because without their dedication and their years and years in unis and schools, and I know they get the rewards of good salaries most of the time, but a lot of nurses don't. They work very hard to provide care for people, very long hours, and often abused and just really, it wouldn't be a fun job a lot of the time. But being able to offer a safe place for carers to come and help our child is what I'm about. Like, I want to make these people feel at home. I want them to know that when they come to our house, when they come to look after James, that they're as welcome as James and his brother is, because they're effectively taking on our role. They're becoming people we trust to do everything for James that we do. Obviously, not everything, because it's not about that. They're not here to provide full-time care. They're here to support. But we do still need them to complete a lot of the tasks that we would do. So yeah, it's refreshing and very, very happy to see how happy James was, and even how happy the two young ladies we've had in, how happy they are to have met James and spent that time with him. It was pretty cool to know that they thoroughly enjoyed it. It's really cool. It really is. I just need some water. Alright, I'm back. Getting a very dry throat from talking for, it's only day 4. So maybe by the end of the month you might be relieved to hear that I don't have a voice. Maybe you won't, maybe you do like the way I sound. But I will be fairly croaky, I think. Might have to get some Strepsils or Soothers or something. We're not a sponsored channel, so I can say that. What I can say is this is going to be fun on Saturday night. If anyone wants to watch, it will be... Let me get this right. It'll be a 4:30 Australian Central Standard Time start. We'll log into, I'm assuming it's going to be a 3-minute practice, an 8-minute qualifying, and a 3-hour race. So I will do my damnedest to be online streaming. How long's the race? 3 hours. Let's go with, shall we start streaming? So it starts at 4:30. Shall I jump on at 2:30 and stream for 2 hours before and make it a 5.5 hour stream again? I reckon we should, because I know in that 2 hours before I can do another nearly 100 laps at this track. We'll drive here because no doubt there'll be a practice session for it. Do nearly another 100 laps. So let's say we'll do another 80 laps, and then we'll do 3 hours plus the practice and quali. I think that's a plan. We'll try for a 5-hour stream on Saturday. So it's Wednesday today, so we'll aim for Saturday. Tuning in at 2:30. I will check the times and I will update the stream obviously 24 hours before. But 2:30 in the afternoon until to finish at say about 8 PM my time. So yeah, 2:30. That'll be 5.5. It should finish about 8:30. 4, 5, 6. That's a 6-hour stream. We'll do a 6-hour stream. Let's do 6. Because the qualifying and practice will come in. Yeah, it'll be about a 6-hour stream. I'm good for it. What I might do is I might be able to take off the 3-minute practice and just use that as my chill out time in between. But we'll drive for 2 hours before. Done. Lock it in, Eddie. It's a happening thing. If you want to see me drive more laps of Charlotte Roval, 2:30 PM Australian Central Standard Time on Laps for Leuko, Racing for James on YouTube. I'll put a Facebook link up to that as well, and it'd be a good way to spend the afternoon. You could either hang out and do the gardening if the weather's going to be good in your area of the world, or you could not, and you can sit and watch me. And what are we going to talk about on Saturday? Let's see if anyone is still watching the stream tonight. We've still got 31 laps of fuel to go. If anyone is still watching the stream, maybe if you can put in the comments what you want to hear me talk about on Saturday. I'm happy to cover anything I've already spoken about and cover something you haven't heard about already. So if you want to ask a question, if you've got anything that's making you curious about life as a parent of a child with special needs, ask me. Ask me. Why not? Why not? We're here to inform people. We're here to help people. We're here to grow ourselves. We're here to grow a community. We're here to learn myself as well. Hell, maybe I'll say a fact and somebody will correct me and I'll learn a little bit out of it. I don't know. What I do know is we are going to be having a couple of special guests on the stream. We're going to have Old Man Jumbo, the idea, the brains, the brawn behind Missed Apex Racing League. So we are in talks at the moment. It sounds very professional if I say it this way. We're in talks and negotiations about what we're going to meet and talk about and all that sort of stuff. So I am just going to draft up a series of questions and we'll have a bit of a relaxed chat while we're driving about Missed Apex Racing League, what it means to Jumbo, and also what it's like to have people in the league and the diversity of the people and how it changes your life as somebody running a group. It's only a small group, but recently we've grown, and it'll be interesting to hear what it's like from his side of the fence. We are also going to do some streaming with Autobat, who's a newer member to Missed Apex Racing League. He's been in the car with Jumbo and Volt and myself and a few of the other boys, and he's had a few endurance racing wins. He will be in doing a 6-hour endurance race next Saturday with myself and Old Man Jumbo. Now we've got a amazing livery on our LMP2 car for that. It won't be a Leukodystrophy Australia one because it's an event with those other boys, and I'm not here to ask them to dedicate their whole iRacing to my cause as well. However, I will be counting all of the laps from that event because the boys will be more than happy to dedicate their driving time to laps for Leuko. But the livery on that car, when I'm spotting, you guys wait and see. I won't ruin it for you. I think Jumbo's gone above and beyond the Call of Duty in Jumbo's shop to create that livery. So it'll be good to hear from Jumbo and Chris, and if I can figure out how to do it and turn it off, I'll get them in chat from time to time. We'll have a chat about how we do spotting and that sort of stuff, and I'll keep the chat with Jumbo race related, because I will have the topic of the league stuff with him in a separate stream. I will also be sharing the radio waves of YouTube and your ear canals with Mr. Lord Volt. He's probably the member of Missed Apex Racing League that I chat with the most. He is doing incredibly well behind the steering wheel at the moment. He's got a few wins up his belt this season, and his driving standards are unreal at the moment. So we'll find an event or two to get him involved in the conversation. And then next up we have Mr. Punt. Now I haven't spoken with Punt directly yet, so we are looking to see if I can get him on board to have a chat about some of the oval stuff. And what I'd like to have a chat with Punt about is what racing and sim racing means to him. Now I have had a bit of a chat with him about that, and I know the answer to it, but it's another perspective, for many reasons, and I won't ruin it because like I said I want to make sure I have a chat with Punt before I speak too much about my intentions to get him on the stream. So there's one more, and I also really want to aim to get a couple of people from Leukodystrophy Australia on board as well. So I'm aiming to see if I can get them on board later in the month, and I really want to do that because I'd love to hear from the charity. So I want to hear from them a few aspects. I want to have a chat with them about their experiences, why they ended up in Leukodystrophy Australia. I can imagine because they were touched personally by this disease or this disorder. I think disease is not the right word. I think it's a disorder. That's typically how you become involved in this sort of situation. But I also want to have a chat with them about, again, what it's like to get a new member. So I'm new with Leukodystrophy Australia. There's been a few new members since I've become a member. But what happens on their side? how do they feel about it? How do they feel as an organisation when you get somebody new like me who doesn't understand what we've been told by a geneticist? What goes on? And then I also want to have a chat with them, and this may be different streams, there may be different members of Leukodystrophy Australia. I want to have a chat with them about the peer support network, and their take on how people can help each other through difficult times. I'm an avid believer in that peer support stuff, and I will be volunteering myself to become involved in that program. But I really want to hear from the team their versions of what they hope to see out of peer support, and how they can help see that grow a community as tight-knit as the Leukodystrophy community, because it is a very, very small community. It's a very, very rare, it's a fairly rare, very rare, fairly rare disease, disease. I will endeavour to get the right terminology about that as well, but yeah, it'd be good to get the point from, say, the family advocate, even the president, or even another committee member who I haven't had the opportunity to meet yet, just to get them on board and say thank you for what they're doing for our families as well.
You've got wheel damage.
But also to give them a bit of a say in what happens with racing for James and laps for Leuko as well. So there's a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a good 6 episodes there. It's day 4 of a 30-day month, so that's leaves us 20 episodes where you'll probably just be listening to me talking, and you'll probably just be watching me drive laps of a racetrack. The toughest part, as I said earlier in this episode, the toughest part is going to be this particular week, getting through week 13, because as we go into week 1, we'll have the fixed GT4 races. I'll have the Falcon Tyre Sport Challenge, which is GT4 and LMP3, and I'll have the fortnightly, what's the fortnightly one called? It's called the Michelin Challenge, which is the GT4 and the TCR cars. Now the Michelin one, I think you'll only see me drive one of those. It'll be on a Saturday afternoon, which is very frustrating. So that series there is run for predominantly European preference time slots from what I can see. I either have to run it at 11 AM on Saturday, or maybe it's 11 AM Sunday. It's during the day Saturday, it's during the day Sunday, and then it's at 5 AM on Monday morning for me. I had a bit of a chat with Lord Volt about potentially doing the 5 AM Monday morning ones, which might be a bit of a laugh. Get up before work, do some sim racing, and then go to work. But I'd prefer to keep it a little bit separate. It is a hobby, not a job for me. So yeah, I decided that we won't be doing that. I'll pick a bi-weekly midday one, and I can make that work. We have daylight savings coming up in Australia soon, and it means that if I race during the day, I can spend time in the pool or spend time out with the kids. So we've got a bit of opportunity there. Not that it'll affect what we do for the stream, because the family do know that I'll be streaming every day this month, and if it means that race falls in the middle of the weekend, we will be streaming it. That we will be. So I'm going to have a look at my lap times from yesterday in Garage 61 and just see if we're going faster today. I think we are. The reason we could be going faster is because of the track conditions. We won't be now because we've got wheel damage from here, and I've crashed twice in this stream, I'll have you know. No meatball this time though, and I didn't get a meatball in the NASCAR either. Pretty happy with that. But it is a tradition we're going to keep. With 23 laps to go, and it's 9:22, so we will finish a bit early on our 2.5 hour promise. But you got to see me drive a NASCAR race and get through relatively clean. Very, very happy with that. I need to learn to push a little bit harder with the NASCAR and find the limits of those tyres, but it's the first race I've done. It was with a fixed setup, it was with 5 minutes notice. Sorry, it was the first race I've done with my new steering wheel, to that extent. This is the first 90 lap NASCAR race I've done. I was running a fixed setup and I signed in 5 minutes before the race, so not too disappointed with that outcome, to be brutally honest. I think I'm happy to wear 8th place as a badge of honour, and I'll look to see if I can make some more small gains in the NASCAR stuff. Maybe even just doing that fixed B or open B series. I didn't actually feel a need to tune on the car. I don't know enough about driving NASCAR to know how much of a difference a tune makes. But I'm assuming, based on what I saw today, as long as you don't crash into the wall and get damage, you can keep up with the cars in front. And then what I'll do from there is I'll plan to keep driving at my pace like I did, push a little bit, feel the limits of the car, push a little bit, and then work out how I can go. It's the only way to do it is to actually do these events, really, isn't it? So I don't have an excuse, I've just got to do it. And I don't have, it's not that I've got to do it, it's I want to learn to do oval stuff. I've got a very, very good video game here that allows me to drive any car at a huge amount of tracks around the world. So why wouldn't I try and learn something a little bit different? I can drive road courses all day, I love this stuff. I can learn to love something else that I didn't know I loved as well, and I can challenge myself to learn to drive something I don't know how to drive. I think that's really, really cool. The open wheelers I'll probably only keep to the league stuff. I'm not super interested in the open wheeler racing. I love the league IndyCar races. That's a hell of a lot of fun. It really is. But I think my aspirations to be a open wheel driver on YouTube, a Formula car driver on iRacing on YouTube. I'm talking like a streamer. My aspirations to be a Formula car driver on iRacing isn't there. Like I'm not that interested in it. I was really interested in the rallycross circuit. That's something I did a lot of at the start. And the rallycross stuff is amazing. The physics they've got for the dirt cars, the way the dirt feels, the way the cars handle the dirt is incredible. The problem with it is nobody does it. So there's very, very, very low participation in rallycross. So the excitement for that faded as well, because you couldn't get a race. So may as well focus on something you can get a race in. So for me, it's going to be tin tops and the oval cars. NASCARs, I'll probably run the Xfinity Toyota Supra. I think I was in there. I think that'll be the smart bet to keep that car running around the track. And that's based off one good performance. So you saw it here first. If I am sulking to myself next time I drive a NASCAR, it's because I got too excited about doing well in one race. Now we do have 21 minutes. 21 minutes, no, not 21 minutes. I wish, my back wishes there was only 21 minutes. There's 21 laps at a minute 24 per lap. So 30 minutes of driving left. It is currently 9:26 my time, so we will be finishing close to that 10 o'clock mark. And I will be happy to get out of the rig today. It's day 4. We've not really had to work the body too hard in the oval race, but it's still a challenge managing a full day of work. As I said, I went to Pilates after work today. I did Pilates, got home with a few minutes to spare for you guys, and we jumped straight in. So it's not always going to be easy, and it's not always going to be the most exciting chat you can see on YouTube. Maybe it is. Maybe this is what you like. Maybe you like a good chill out session listening to me dribble, and maybe we can keep that as our theme and our way forward on YouTube, and eventually spark the conversation through the online chat. And I don't have the online chat on a overlay on iRacing yet, so I need to work that out. If you are a technical expert and you would like to fix my overlay issue and get that working, by all means let me know in the comments. If you're not a technical expert and you just want to help Racing for James raise money, make a donation to leuko.org.au/support us/donate now, and that will keep me going and give me more reason to get my overlays working on the screen properly, because you've supported our channel and you've supported our charity and you've supported me to really make the need to get that information to better service you guys as consumers of my content. So either way, everyone's a winner, basically. Everyone's a winner, baby. Maybe we'll see if we can do, I know in 2 weeks time, spoiler alert, there's another Nürburgring Endurance Championship race. That'll be in the GT4 again. 4 hours of me at the Nürburgring again. Oh, there we go. That'll be another Sunday. Oh, yes. That's okay. That's going to happen. That will be, I don't know if it's week 1 or week 3. Week 2, my apologies. So it'll be week 3 of our streaming, if that takes place. So we have an opportunity there. Week 3, the 3rd week of the streaming. We could effectively run the Nürburgring Endurance Championship race on Saturday night and on Sunday. So it starts at 4:30 PM. So all the endurance races start at 4:30 PM in Australian Standard Time, and then 5:30 PM Australian Daylight Savings Time. So 4:30 on Saturday, and then if we did the 10:30 race on Sunday, I could do both. So both would be 5-hour streams. I'd be incredibly fatigued on the Sunday because I've already done it for 5 hours the night before. It'll get another, what did we do, 33 laps at the Nürburgring. So it'll get another 33 laps and 800 kilometers per session. So another 1600 kilometers for, yeah, that's an idea. That's an idea that's going to need some Panadol and some anti-inflammatories, but we're okay. So all right, let me check the calendar. I'm making a lot of promises on YouTube, by the way, and whatever you see on the internet is always 100% factual, always, because it is. So I'm making a lot of promises here. So I've promised 7 special guests, and I've promised a few different stream ideas here. And now I hope I can recall what they were. Or, I've got a better idea. I could watch my stream, get the idea of what these all were, and then give myself an extra view. That's how we're going to do it. And then I'll forget what they were again. I'll watch it again. I'll get myself an extra view again. And then what I'll do is I'll comment in there each time I watch it, a different one of the ideas. So every time I watch it, I get another comment, and that will make me look really popular on YouTube. And it might help grow our channel and help grow our support for Leukodystrophy Australia. So again, everyone's a winner that way. Everyone's a winner, but except for me, because I'll have to listen to me talk, and I know what that's like. So yeah, maybe not. Maybe nobody's a winner out of that idea. We'll see. But either way, we have a potential of running the Nürburgring Endurance Championship twice more in the Aston Martin, because I don't really care to drive the other cars. That'll be a good test for the iRating split system that's going to be coming into effect as of tonight even, for those lucky ones that get the update when it's not their bedtime. That'd be pretty cool for them to test it out. But there you go. You heard it here first. So 6-hour race next weekend. The weekend after, fingers crossed, 2 Nürburgring Endurance 4-hour races. That'll bring us to the last weekend of the month, which I'm looking at doing something really, really big as well. Again, I've got to get a few people from Missed Apex Racing League on board with my idea. Got to get them on board. Now, the other area we might run into now is whether I can actually finish these 16 laps. So at 10 o'clock, the sessions go into maintenance mode for iRacing, so we might actually be kicked out of this at some stage soon anyway. There's every chance that we might not be able to finish the 16 laps. Depends on how the session goes. So as it approaches the end of my fuel tank here, I will we'll keep an eye on the laps so we don't lose how many we did. And the length of Charlotte Rover was 3.63 kilometers, I believe it was, because we did 370 exactly-ish kilometers. So 3.63 times whatever I do, add that to my tally, go to bed, come and stream again tomorrow. I won't stream another over race tomorrow. I will be running at Circuit of the Americas. I don't think I own the track here on iRacing, but I have raced it a handful of times on Assetto Corsa Competizione on the Xbox with Missed Apex Racing League before we bought PC, so I'm familiar with the track. Not familiar with how it handles or how it goes with the Radical SR8. What I am familiar with is how much fun that car is to drive though. It is a amazing car to drive. And I do also have a Leukodystrophy Australia livery on that one. Something I threw together myself, so it's nothing Jumbo's Chop Shop worthy, but it will have Leukodystrophy Australia on it. But you're only going to see the inside of the car from my stream, so it doesn't really matter to any of you watching. If I have a crash, you'll get to see the outside of it because we'll go and watch the replay live on air. But we are aiming not to have a crash. We need to get a night, and maybe what we can do is somebody can pledge a donation for the day that I don't have a crash. And then what I'll do is I'll just crash every day anyway, just to be funny because I'm like that. But maybe we'll pledge a donation for the day I don't crash. Maybe we'll aim for a lap challenge for the last weekend of the month. I'll have no voice, so you won't hear me talking for a whole of a lap challenge. But that might be a fun thing to do. Just see how many laps I can drive over a weekend. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine? Oh wow! I'd have to break that up into 8-hour streams. I think what I would do, hear me out. I would log on at say 7 o'clock Saturday morning. If I did an 8-hour stream, have an hour break so I can do some stretches and exercises. Does that? What I want to do is I want to try and work backwards so I can potentially get a little bit of sleep in this as well. So if I aim to finish at midnight, maybe that doesn't work out either. So 654. We could do it that way. So if we started the second stream at 4 and went till midnight, that's 8 hours. So finish at 3. So we could make it work. We could make it work 3, 4. So we could do that. I wouldn't be able to do it 2 days in a row. I'd have to do like an 8-hour stream on the Sunday. So 8, 16, 24 hours. I had to do the maths on that. I know what 3 times 8 is, but I just had to count it out. Alright, leave the last week of the month with me because I've made too many recommendations to myself already that I'll have to watch this whole stream back to figure out what they all were. But I think there's plenty of opportunity there. We've got the weekends filled. The weekdays are a no-brainer. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays will be Travi racing the Aston Martin at whatever that week's track is. So you're going to see a lot of Aston Martin for at least 2.5, nearly 3 weeks of laps for Leuko. Tuesdays and Thursdays will remain the IR18 on Tuesdays and the Radical SR8 on Thursdays for the league stuff. So that's easy. The weekdays are sorted. Not a worry in the world about those. Just the weekends. We are fast approaching another weekend, but we have our content sorted for this weekend. At least Saturday nights sorted, so we'll do a 5-hour stream, as I said before, in this car at this track, 2 hours before the race, and then a 3-hour race, plus quali and practice. Sunday, I might even just run ovals. Maybe we'll have a chat with Punt and see if we can run some ovals. whatever ovals. We'll run the maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll run Atlanta again. Maybe we'll run. That will be. So Atlanta will be on iRacing. I think he's just putting into maintenance mode. Looks like it. So we might lose connections shortly. But wait and see. Maybe Sunday I'll have a chat with Punt, and maybe we'll spend the vast majority of the afternoon running ovals. I am planning on doing some work in the garden on Sunday if the weather decides to play nice. I didn't scrape the wall there. What are you talking about? Planning to do a bit of work in the garden if the weather is nice, but we can always do those oval races in the evening session of the day. That's something we can do. That's something we can do. Yay! We're winning. We're making progress. We're doing laps. We've got 12 laps to go. 12 laps to go. My voice is looking forward to the end of 12 laps. I will be looking forward to using my calculator at the end of 12 laps to figure out the final tally for tonight's addition to Racing for James and laps for Leuko. So we've completed 36 laps. We should do another 47 laps plus the 90, so that's 130 laps, 137 laps plus the 2. I think we did 91, didn't we? Something like that. Somewhere around that mark. 90, yeah, 91. So 138 laps of laps for Leuko. The overlaps don't add very much distance, but it's fine by me. It is about doing the laps and challenging myself, and I felt we did that. We challenged and we won that challenge. We won that. The challenge after that will be 5 hours of this track. Thursday night at Kota won't be too bad. It's not going to be... Oh, it's 2 25-minute races is what it is. So we'll be adding 50 laps plus the practice. 15 minutes. No, we won't be adding 50 laps, we'll be adding 50 minutes of driving. So I don't know how many laps of Kota we'll do in 25 minutes, but it's not going to be a huge addition to the lap counter. It will be another live stream. It will be another opportunity to share our donation link and have a chat about Leukodystrophy Australia within the confines of our living room. But the crux of the conversation, as I said, is going to be Racing for James. It's a topic that I can talk about without very much thought, because I am the man behind Racing for James. It's my project, it's my child, it's my dream. So that's something that's not going to take a lot of not a lot of conversation. It's going to take heaps of conversation, guys. It's not going to take a lot of concentration. That's the other C word I'm looking for. And it will be something I can duck in and out of during battles on track. So had a couple of really close battles in the opening round at Monza last week with Lord Volt and Joker. So Kota should, in theory, allow for some very, very close racing yet again, because it's got a couple of long straights and even the flowing sections through the first part of the track can create some good racing, because there's really only one line through there. If you cut the track, you get slowdowns and off tracks and all that fun stuff. So chances are, if we keep it clean through those sort of sections, the racing should be good, and hopefully there's a few drivers out there again. I know there was a few at Monza, but my goal, like I said, is just to run clean laps, and it is league racing night, so I am going to push a little bit harder than I have been on this particular on the other weeknights of the stream. I said it's more about preservation and driving within my limits to sustain a ability to do this for a month. But the league racing, I have to keep pushing. After the IndyCar race on Tuesday night that you would have seen, hopefully. If you haven't, go back and have a look at the stream for day 3. It is us in the IndyCar IR18 at Long Beach. I held on to 3rd place in the Missed Apex Racing League Championship. I was very, very lucky to come back from, I believe I was effectively last place in race 2. I come back and finish 4th. Very, very lucky to have done that, and it did hold me into 3rd position in the league calendar, which is good. In the league leaderboard, not their calendar. Their calendar is when the races are scheduled, Trevi. It put me in 3rd place on the leaderboard, so I've got a lot to defend there. So the IndyCar stuff will be fast and furious racing. The Radicals, I actually don't know where I am in the championship. I haven't looked. I don't generally even look at the higher 18 stuff, to be brutally honest. I actually don't. I think it popped up as a notification on my phone, and I clicked on that notification instead of a different one in the chat, and that's how I saw it. But I'm not one to chase leaderboards. I don't really care. I'm in the league stuff for fun. Maybe I should start. Maybe I'll find a nice sheep station I want to buy, and I'll aim to win that somehow, or I'll find a reason to get inspired to race for the leadership of the top of the table. But I just want to have fun. The league races to me are fun, and they should be fun. I respect and commend anyone who takes them seriously. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not ever going to begrudge anyone for wanting to put in all of their effort into league racing. Often it's more rewarding than doing online official races, and the reason I say that is because league racing, much like real world motorsport, you get to drive with the same drivers all the time, so you get to know them, you get to know how they drive, you get to know their strengths, their weaknesses, their everything. So often people have iRacing and they just drive league stuff, which I actually think is a brilliant idea. I really, really do. It's just a very, very expensive way to do that. If you are, well, actually, what does it matter? Really, actually, what does it matter? Because if you're getting the enjoyment out of the video game, it doesn't really matter. You're driving in official races for what, fake numbers on a computer screen. Obviously, you're driving to improve your ability in your racecraft, but ultimately, there's no prizes for a lot of us in iRacing except for the satisfaction of doing it. So there's no reason not to just do solely league racing on iRacing, is there? So I actually commend that, and I think maybe I should do that, just league racing, because I do want to promote better closer battles. So maybe that. Yeah, I like the official stuff too. I like the Missed Apex Racing League guys, and I like the official races, so I'll keep doing what I'm doing. But it's an idea. If I do get sick of the official stuff, race solely league stuff. But that might even end up happening as life progresses anyway. Just keep it social, race twice a week. You don't really even have to practice for the league stuff. I really don't. I did on Tuesday, because it was an opportunity to get half an hour more of laps for Leuko completed, and I will again tomorrow at Coda, because Coda is a very tricky track, and half an hour extra laps for Leuko is half an hour extra laps. But I don't generally, any other league night that hasn't been on this stream, I will literally log in at I'll log on early and chat with the guys, but I won't jump into the race server until the server opens on time. I don't do practice. I just don't. I don't know that many of the guys do. I know Jumbo doesn't. I know Lord Volt doesn't. Well, Lord Volt does. He sets up the servers and gets an idea on lap time. So he's the secret practicer that we're gonna name and shame. But yeah, it is just a social thing for the vast majority of us in the league. So, although there's some fast new guys coming up as well, so maybe practicing will be in our best interest. But again, I don't care about the leaderboard, so it's not about that. But I also maybe owe it to the fast guys that have joined the league to put practice in to get faster, to give them more competition. Oh, why did we go down this rabbit hole, Travi? we've gone down a rabbit hole here of... We've gone down a very big rabbit hole of now... What is the meaning of... Let's go, what's the meaning of life? No, let's not. Let's keep it iRacing related, but it's a very, very good point. Do I owe it to other drivers in the league to improve my speed and race craft to better give them an experience on their investment as well? Let me know. Let me know. Only the internet can answer that one. I can't. You've heard me for the last, it'd have to be half an hour now, rattling on about the changes in iRacing and rattling on about my thoughts on those changes and where I stand with it and what I want to do. You tell me now. You tell me in the comments below. Tell me now. Now. Do it. Maybe not now. You can probably tell me tomorrow if you want, because the comments will be open. The stream won't be getting deleted.
You've got about 5 laps of fuel
Thanks,
left.
Jeff. So tell me in the comments below what you think. Is it the right thing to do? So I spend a lot of time on sim racing. The question is, as an avid user of sim racing, is it advantageous for me to invest more time in getting faster to provide better experience for the faster guys in the league that I race with? That's the question. Do your homework. I expect an answer tomorrow. The due date is what's the date tomorrow? The 5th of September at 6:30 PM Australian Central Standard Time, when the next stream starts. That's your mission should you choose to accept it. My mission is to finish 4 laps of Charlotte Roval, fire up my trusty calculator, add how many laps laps for Leuko I've done, set up another stream for tomorrow, which will be a Radical SR8, and then go to bed. I've got... Tomorrow we do have the complication of... Not the complication, that's a silly word. No, it is a complication. So we've got the complication of we're home alone with Mr. Hot Wheels James himself, while his brother and mum are going to the AFL. So I will have to duck in and out of the stream. He's perfectly fine. He will sit right beside me or right next to me, and he can have another late night because he's on school holidays. But I will be, maybe I'll need to duck out for that 15-minute window in between the 2 races. So the lap count tomorrow will be slightly lower than predicted. I do apologise if that's the night you're planning to tune in. You want to see me do 150 laps, but unfortunately it is in my disclaimer from the very start of this project that it will be fitting in around life commitments. And ultimately, if James needs me throughout the stream, I will duck off. I won't ever hesitate to do that. But you get a good insight into what it's like managing and getting things done at home, and I'll make it work. Don't you worry about that. I'm pretty sure I know what that young fella's going to want for dinner. And it starts with KFC and ends with Chicky is his favourite takeaway. So I think what I'll do is I'll finish up work, and my wife and little Mitchell will duck off to the footy. I think they'll catch the train and get out of there, and I'll go with Mr. James and we'll go get some Kentucky Fried Chicken, have a special dinner together, and start streaming some YouTube racing. Sounds like a perfect evening to me. What do I want from KFC? Okay, another question. What do I want from KFC? I want a hot and spicy box, so a Zinger Burger Wicked Wings. That's what I want. I don't even need you to answer that question for me. Or a Zinger Bacon and Cheeseburger. I don't eat a lot of takeaway. I don't enjoy it that much. But now you've got me thinking about it. I might eat only takeaway tomorrow. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. And I'll stream that, and then we'll turn this into a food channel about nothing Leukodystrophy Australia related. And it'll be... No, we're not going to do that at all. But it has got me thinking about what I want for dinner from KFC tomorrow now, so be sure to ask me in the comments tomorrow when you start watching the stream, what did you have from KFC for dinner today, Travi? And I think you'll be either hearing me say a Zinger hot and spicy box or a Zinger bacon and cheese combo. maybe I can have both, and maybe once I've done laps for Leuko, I can eat the burger.
You got about 2 laps of
We
fuel
do.
left.
We're on the home stretch, guys. So 46, 47 laps. 40. We should get 48 laps in by the look of it. No, we'll only get one more lap in after this one up. Will we? I don't know. Trying to do that. Yeah, this 1.8. Yes, so we'll only be one more lap. So this will be 47. So we'll do 48 laps at Charlotte Roval. Once again, guys, it's been, how long have we been online tonight? It's coming up on 2 hours and 30 minutes of live streaming again on YouTube. We're still having some technical issues with setting up things, and I'm struggling to get the overlays to say on the screen every time. I have to reload them manually. However, I do appreciate everyone that's tuned in so far. I honestly, truly do. Like this to me is something I was doing whether one person watched it or 5,000 people watched it or 50,000 people watched it. I don't have any goals, any expectations on viewers or anything like that. But I want to thank everyone that's tuned in for 5 minutes, for 1 minute, for whatever watching you've done to help make this happen. And I also want to thank everyone who's donated so far. So I have spoken with Leukodystrophy Australia, and there are donations rolling in. And those donations mean the absolute world to me, to know that you guys are here supporting this project. So I believe some of you or some of the donors have heard from Leukodystrophy Australia personally. If you haven't, or if you are yet to hear from them, you may not. I don't never ever expected them to call it anyone. But I want to thank you personally as well. I know it is difficult out there in the world at the moment with financial pressures, and I really do thank those of you who have made the commitment financially to help support our cause, which in turn gives me the motivation to keep this stuff going. So at 48 laps added to our tally, I again really want to thank you guys for tuning in. As I've said, tomorrow we will be tuning in to the league race for Missed Apex Racing League. That will be from Circuit of the Americas in the Radical SR8. So if you want to watch a bit more league racing and see how that stuff unfolds for us, by all means tune in. The live stream will be scheduled on YouTube. But if I don't see you, thank you so much for your contribution, and have a lovely